What's up everyone, this is Wally here. Today I'm playing Call of Duty World of War on Xbox 360. I'm playing zombies and I'm playing on Shida Numa. So I've read on other videos people who have used this strategy and have used other strategies saying, oh my god, what a hacker, how is this possible, how are you getting through these levels so quickly? Well, this is because when World of War was released, or when Nocturne Tone was released, the Treyarch developers knew it was going to be very hard to level up, so they thought it was going to get harder and harder, but they didn't. Once you got to a certain level, I think it was like 26 or something, I can't actually remember, it stopped getting hard, and on a maximum of 44 zombies per, I think it was 44 or 46 per round would spawn. So that would mean that you could get through a round with 3 mags of a Wunderwaffe, and the Wunderwaffe didn't decrease in damage, so it kept killing them no matter what. And the dogs only, I think after like the third dog round, so that would be like 17 or 18, the dogs didn't get any stronger, so that was a big advantage point as well, so you could just use a trench gun. So yeah, that's just this game. I've like about 3 of these gameplays, I'd say. I died because of glitch in the end of this. I'll spoil the ending there. I died because of glitch. It's not the first time I've died because of glitch. I think pretty much every time I've gotten far, I've died because of a glitch. Like another time, this is the second time that actually happened, and another time a dog killed me in one hit. And they don't do that, like I got further than, I think it was like 56 or something I got that time, and I've gone to 77 and the dogs didn't hit any stronger than they did at level 5 or whatever they start at. It's actually random level between 4 and 7, so they don't get any stronger at their hits, so that was just a glitch that killed me. And in this one you'll see, anyway I'm not gonna ruin the ending completely, but you'll see what happens. So I've went on a bit long about that, so today what I'm going to be talking about is montage making. Exactly what work is put in, what effort is put into making one. So a lot of people probably think that not a lot of effort can be put into them, and at times there isn't. Some people make them in a few days, a week. Other times people will actually spend months on them, or even a year, up to a year on a montage. There's no real limit of working on one, but you shouldn't really spend the whole time working on one, especially if you're like really big with fans and followers or subscribers. So what you really need to do is don't focus on it a lot, but don't focus on it too much, because there are surely other things in your life as well that you want to get done with, and people are going to get bored if there's no videos up. So the one I made took me since the start of August, and I just finished editing today, so about 2 months, or sorry, the end of August, so that was about 2 months. It's not the longest I've ever worked on one. The Call of Duty 4 one, which was the 4th montage I made, that was, I think, 3 months of work. However, I know this montage did have 2 clips from May and I think 1 from June, or no, I think there's just 2 clips from May. But the reason why I couldn't make a Call of Duty 4 montage again was because after I stopped playing Call of Duty 4, which was when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I couldn't play it. I just could not snipe. It was just so different to Modern Warfare 3. I got so used to that sniping that I couldn't play Call of Duty 4 until August this year. I touched it for maybe 2 weeks. I tried to get back into it and I couldn't. So now I finally got back into it and went ahead and made a second Call of Duty 4 montage. It's not fully Call of Duty 4. I'll explain what happened in a minute. But yeah, I had a really good time making that, and I'm really used to Call of Duty 4 now. I think it's probably the best one I've ever made. So what happened was I've made a huge mistake at the time. I made a huge mistake. It's probably the biggest mistake that you could make, other than highlighting the video and pressing delete and all the clips with it. That probably would be the biggest mistake you could make, but this was a fairly big mistake in my opinion. So I started working on it at the end of August. I did this as well before summer year. I said I was going to make a montage over the summer, and the summer was coming to end, summer holidays, and then I forgot about it, and then I was like, oh, let's make a new montage. So yeah, I did that this year again by accident, but it went, yeah, I think the montage itself is really good, but the mistake that I made, which I did make at a really late stage, what you should do when making one is plan it out at the start, and that's what I did do with this one. I got maybe 3 clips. Sorry, I had the 2 from May and June, and then I had 2 more clips that I got just randomly. And they're the first, those 4 clips are the first 4, so there's the 2 from May and June, and then there's 1 from or there's the next 2 then were the first 2 clips that I got when recording. So I started recording and everything was going great. I was playing Modern Warfare 3 a lot, hadn't played Call of Duty 4 in a while, and I realised that I made a mistake in doing it, in the planning. I realised that the best montage I had made, which I knew was the Call of Duty 4 one, and that I had made the montage pretty much for the wrong game, so that it was actually a really good one. I think it would have been the best Modern Warfare 3 one, and I had like a lot of clips. I had over 2 minutes of gameplay between Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, and I had one Black Ops and 1 Modern Warfare 2 clip, and I think I got maybe 2 or 3 more Black Ops clips after that. So I realised that, and straight away I had to make a decision in my head whether I was going to continue with a bad one or start over. Really, I kept about 30 seconds from that montage, so I decided to start over and keep 30 seconds. And I could have actually delayed the 30 seconds because it's like 3.5 minutes the video, so I could have done that, but I didn't, because I thought they were good clips, and it adds a bit of, I don't know, how would you say, like a variety of games to it. So maybe that's better, maybe some people don't like that, but if you watch it at the start you probably won't think it's a Call of Duty 4 montage because of the clips, but there's one clip, the second clip is a Call of Duty 4 clip, unless I re-edit it, which I don't plan on doing. I finished it up today, so hopefully I don't have any more editing to do. So I messed up that, and I eventually made the call after about a day of thinking about it that I was going to go ahead and do that, and it was really late as well. It was like the 2nd or 3rd of October, I'd say, around that time, and I just had to do it because I felt that I could have still got a good montage made within that month, even though I had spent a month trying getting clips on other games. So I think I have a really good montage right now, and I am really happy that I made that decision because I've been getting really good clips, much better than the previous Call of Duty 4 montage, I think. Actually, sorry, I think I said at the start of the game that was my first Call of Duty 4 montage, where I had the 3rd one was also Call of Duty 4 montage, I think, or most of it was, and there was some of the 2nd one, a Call of Duty 4 montage, but yeah, the second and or the third and fourth of them are both Call of Duty 4 only, and this one isn't Call of Duty 4 only because of the bad planning that went into it. But I still think it's really good, considering that I only had a month to work in it and that I messed up the planning. So yeah, you really need to plan out right and don't mess that up, or else this will happen to you, what happened to me. So I'm generally happy with it. So what people don't understand is what I was getting at in the start, that you can spend however long you want at it, but it doesn't really matter how long you spend it as long as it's good and people like it. And that's what's frustrating as well, when you make a montage and it gets like 70 views and you're like, what was the point in spending 3 months on doing that if it got 70 views, where I've spent 3 hours on a video before and gotten 5,000 views. So it can be very annoying, and it can, you have no control over it really. You can promote all you want and you can do this and do that, but if people aren't interested in it, they're not interested. So it's a hard thing to do. And as well, for hate comments, it's really frustrating for people when they get hate comments on montages. I generally try constructive criticism on a montage, because it's not good if you spend like 6 months or even a month on something and um and it doesn't turn out good. You know, if it's not even that it's not that good, it's just that you're not that good at the game yet, and I'm constantly improving at the game, and I don't think I'll ever reach like a limit where I'll just stop. I know some people probably do, but I don't think I'll ever reach a limit where I'll just stop getting better. So I think that you should try like stay away from hate messages and give constructive criticism on them if they are below average or below, you know, good level, whatever your level of a good montage is. Because people get very annoyed. I've seen people get very annoyed when they've replied to messages saying this is terrible and why did you make this and why did you bother. And then this is just one example, he kind of raged out at the person who wrote the comment, because it was true that it was bad, but you shouldn't really say that, especially with all the time that went into it. Just give constructive criticism, what they should do and what they shouldn't do. But he just said it was generally bad. And the community kind of turned against him because he turned against the person who called it bad. So you shouldn't just ignore those comments if they do come in on a montage. So yeah, I know as well that it can be hard for people like me who make montages and they get clips, but they know they're not the best in the world at the game. Like, they're nowhere near as good as some of the big YouTubers out there, and they can't actually get really good clips like them, so they just try their best. And I think that's all anyone can do, is try their best and keep improving, because if you stop improving and stop trying, then you won't get anywhere. So you should just keep trying and keep trying, making one better. I have made mistakes where I've put in wrong clips and messed up editing and stuff like that, but after the first montage you should be good with that, you know, with editing and make sure everything is right. I'm going to go over the limit here, but I'm just going to talk about one more thing. There's many ways of making one as well. You could just record them all and save them all in one place, or else you can do like I did with my first one, where I kind of made like a series, which was a terrible series, to be honest. It's still out there on YouTube if you want to have a look at it, but I did a series that wasn't good, and I had a few good clips in it, but it generally is a bad series. And I took the best clips out of that series and put them all together at the end and put it in a montage. So I started working on that in like the end of July. Actually, yeah, around the end of July, start of August, and then that continued then up until um I suppose I think it was November. So yeah, I kind of always release one in November. The last 3 years or 2 years, I don't know. Yeah, 2 years I've released one every. So this year, the year before, and the year before that, I've released a new one every year. And the 2nd of November was when I last released the COD 4 one, or a COD 4 one. So hopefully people enjoy this one. But you can do it that way as well and add all the clips together. But it kind of ruins the surprise of getting of people watching it. You know, if they've seen the series. So it can work out in ways and it can be bad in ways as well for the people watching it after. But yeah, that was probably the longest I spent, and it was probably the worst. Well, yeah, I'd probably say it was the worst montage, and that it was an experience, but it just wasn't that good, cause I wasn't that good, and I'm still not that good. I think really you have to be like naturally gifted at the game to get a really good montage. But I know a lot of people out there are like me, and they just try their best and make what they can. So yeah, I know I went on a bit long there, but thanks for watching this video, and if you liked it, please subscribe.